Hey guys, before I begin the review, I just wanted to let you know that we uploaded the Digimon Adventure Last Evolution Kizuna mega review on Friday. Please do go and check it out, as it was a monster of a project for us to do, and I'm sure you guys will like the in-depth analysis done in that review. So please do go and check it out. Anyway, let's go on with the review. Dive to the Next Ocean is the title of episode 25 of Digimon Adventure 2020, so let's go straight into the good. An American vessel crashed into one of Iran's vessels, with tensions between the two nations already high, as Izzy, Mimi, Sora and Joe are watching the news. Digimon 2020 has been mimicking real life. A few episodes ago, when the power strike happened in Tokyo, the people in Tokyo were panic buying, such as toilet paper and supplies. And here in this episode, they're talking about tensions with America and Iran, which is happening in real life. I mean, we had World War III memes at the start of the year with these two countries. And speaking of war, could the final arc of Digimon 2020 be a war arc? Because here, we're having information that certain nations have heat with each other, and because of the madness in the network world created by Digimon like Algamon, or in this episode Zuromon, as well as the war back in the day between the Holy Angel Digimon and the Evil Demon Digimon, these little hints could be foreshadowing a massive war happening towards the end of the story. The Demon Lords could be in partnership with people higher up in the government in nations wanting to start war for more money and power. The AIS that the ships use is also part of the network, which is the reason why it's being hacked. So could nations that are heated with each other, such as America and Iran, could they be the ones getting a Digimon like Zuromon to hack into the enemy's nation's ships, or even like their mainframe? Or early on in the season when the missile was launched, we all thought it was Algamon doing that, but what if one of the higher-ups in the government was in control and had a deal with Algamon to make it seem like it was just a freak accident and it wasn't just a cyber attack? I'll elaborate more in a future video, but you guys know where I'm going with this theory, right? If you guys have any ideas to add to this theory, please let me know in the comments. The giant Eldoradomon is falling from the sky with Tai and Matt, and it turns out that the cloud continent is an actual cloud continent, which is cool to know. Tai and Agumon don't remember what happened with Devimon, as Matt was trying to explain last episode, but even he couldn't explain. That's how epic the last episode was, so I'm guessing that even Matt enjoyed last week's episode as well. But Tai not remembering does make sense. He was not himself and was infused with the dark miasma. But how comes Agumon doesn't remember anything? He broke out of the darkness because of Anjuman, so he should know out of the two. Is it because he digivolved to War Greymon? Did that take away his memory? Does he even remember that he digivolved to War Greymon? That's another question right there. Many more ships are being controlled, and it looks like Zuromon is the main cause of this problem, as Mega Kabuterimon and the other partner Digimon found 1 million of Zuromon taking over that section of the network world. As they're all discussing this, we see our Angel of Light appearing out of nowhere. Where the hell did Kari come from, and how did she even find them? I need to say it, although I am used to shows diverting from scene to scene with different characters in different locations, look at One Piece for example. Last year we had the Reverie arc, where all these major characters were up in the Holy Lands, whilst we had the main group of characters on a ship going to their next location, but giving us little updates on what's going on and what they're doing, but going back and forth between the Reverie and our main group. That's just one example from the top of my head with One Piece, and One Piece has done it throughout the whole series, so I'm used to shows and series doing this type of thing. However, I do want an episode dedicated to the other four and let Tai and Matt take a back seat for once. Let them be the cameos and let the storyline with the other four actually play out. It's getting really interesting now, but every time it starts to heat up, we go back to Tai and Matt. They had their epic fight with Devimon, so let the others have their time to shine, whilst Tai and Matt have a cool off period. The story doesn't feel focused on this plot point with Mimi, Izzy, Sora and Joe. That's why I would rather have at least two episodes dedicated to this plot point to make it feel more focused. Mamemon and Bigmamemon make their return to the Digimon Adventure series as they're attacking Tai and Matt and their partner Digimon on Eldoradomon. Leomon and his team save Tai and the others, and it turns out that Eldoradomon was weakened due to the miasma. That's why Devimon managed to get him working under him. Okay, so you guys can clearly see the ships being controlled. At first, when this plot point started with Calamaramon, you would think that Devimon was the reason why it's happening, because Devimon was still alive at that point. But he is clearly dead now, and the ships are still being hacked. With this theme of the ocean, the past few episodes, and the sea Digimon, and even Tai and Matt landing on sea with Eldoradomon at the end of the episode, and us hearing that the cloud continent is an actual cloud continent, could the Dark Ocean be involved in the next arc? Could the ocean they're in be the actual dark ocean? Just a food for thought for you guys there. Tai has the plan to land Eldoradomon safely like a malfunctioned plane, which is a good plan to have. Tai and Matt land on Eldoradomon, and Greymon and Garurumon soon join up. They use their Mega Flame and Foxfire attack on the Bigmamemon, but the Bigmamemon comedically bounces off the ocean and gets stuck on Eldoradomon. I don't know why, I found that bounce from the ocean so funny. Eldoradomon safely lands on the ocean, and the Bigmamemon just peel off and get popped because of the impact. And Tai and Matt give each other a high five. They got that brotherhood going on like Luffy and Zoro, which is quite cool to see. Right at the end of the episode, Izzy says he knows what is going on and what it is, and the camera zooms in on Kari's face. Could it be Gatomon? Is she trapped in the dark ocean, or even in the ocean by another boss Digimon controlling another continent of the digital world? Now let's go over the bad. I am disappointed that Patamon didn't give us that backstory with himself and Devimon. I would have thought that this was the perfect episode to give us that backstory, because this episode was clearly a cool off episode from the epic madness of last week's episode. So what better way to cool off than to give us the backstory? I'm hoping we do get it at some point, but I think this was the perfect episode to do it. We also still don't know how TK got captured. We know that Devimon took him, but we still can't confirm that for sure because Devimon never said anything about that. And you would think that Matt or Tai, but especially Matt being the older brother, would be asking him, how did he enter the digital world? I'd rather have loose ends being tied up just before we start the next major arc, otherwise they will never be addressed and just be forgotten. This episode, not much happened anyway. It was meant to be a cool down episode, that's why we had Greymon and Garurumon fight a harmless battle with Bigmamemon. Instead of doing that, why couldn't we get Devimon and Angemon's backstory? Because you can clearly see Tokomon was upset when Devimon died, so it would have been perfect to get the history here. But overall it was a decent episode, nothing bad or nothing too good. Please like and subscribe and hit that notification bell to stay up to date with our content, and please do go and check out our epic Kizuna review. It's over an hour long, so it took a while to edit that as well, so please guys do check it out. And as always, care for nothing.